Forex Pathfinder, excellent time to connect with you once again. It's always a pleasure to connect with you. I hope that you are doing good in your business. I hope you're pushing it. I hope you don't align the times, to disrupt, you're being profitable in your business. And I hope that the value we're bringing your way is adding value to what you are doing and the results you are creating in your business. This week, I want to be, talking more about a feedback, responding to the feedback I got from the post I did earlier this week. Earlier this week, I did a post where I said that if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a business owner, and you find out that you are not creating value for your market, you are not delivering value from your market, you are not capturing value for your market, the problem most likely is not your business, it's your business model. And some people came up and asked, what is a business model? All right, and I want to try and talk about that today as much as I can. I want to break it down, as fundamentally and basically as I can. I explain it so that even a teenager can understand it. And the point I want to use is that I've always emphasized that your business model or your business idea is different from your product idea. I have observed working with thousands of small businesses, and medium enterprises, and I've found out that once people want to enter into business, the moment they have a sense of an opportunity, they conclude that they have a business idea. All right, but that's a very wrong place to start, because your business idea is not the same thing as your product idea. Oftentimes they have a product idea and they confuse it for a business idea. So what is a business idea? And I also tell people that business idea don't start from a solution. It doesn't start from a product idea. Where it starts from is that you identify a need in the market. All right, that's where it starts from. You think that there's a market segment, a group of people that have a particular need. All right, so you go and find out if the real need is real, if it is genuine, if it is what people are ready to pay for, what kind of things do they want to do, what job do they want to do, what gain do they want to achieve, what pains are they going through right now, who are these customers, what their age, what their demographics. So you need to understand that what's their buying psychology, how do they buy, what else do they buy. You need as much as possible to understand the market. That's where it starts from. So the moment you understand that, the next thing you do is that you are looking for a value proposition to address these needs in the market, to serve these people that you want, to serve in the market. So how do you do that? You want to make sure that you're coming up with product and services that are able to, do that job that they want to do, that are able to give them that advantage they want to have, the gain they want to gain, and able to also solve the problem and alleviate the pains they are going through. The moment you have that, we say that you have a group value proposition, which is represented in your product and your services. But I keep saying that value proposition, that product and services, fantastic if it's able to meet those needs, but you need to build a business around it. At this point, you have a product idea, you don't have a business. You need to be able to build a business around this product idea, around this great value proposition for you to be profitable in the market. So that, business, that idea around your product, your value proposition is actually what we call the business idea. And that's what is called the business model. All right. So where does a business model start from? Like we said, it starts from your market segment. I keep telling people, if you have a business and everybody in the market is your customer, very likely you don't have a business model. Because you don't have the capacity to sell to everybody in the market. So, if your market segment is everybody in the market, you're not likely to succeed. You don't have a business model. So you must be able to narrow who exactly have that problem, because it's not everybody that have the problem. Who are you going to serve in the market? So the moment you get that done, all right, you have a market segment. The second point I want to make about your market segment is that if you have more than one stakeholders, in the market segment, and you're using just one business model, to service them, all right, or you are not going to succeed. Why? Because you need different, business model for different stakeholders. So how many stakeholders do you have in your market segment? What is your business model for each stakeholder? Don't use one business model for multiple stakeholders. Don't use one business model for multiple market segments. So this is very important. All right. So once you have established, your market segment and their needs, okay, the pains, the job they want to do, the pains they are going to, the gain they want to have. The next thing that you need to do is that you need to come up with a value proposition. This is where you design the kind of product, either you source it or you design or create it yourself, that you are going to use to meet that need. All right. So now you have a product that is able to help them to do the job they want to do, help them to to achieve the gain they want to achieve, help them to solve the problem, the pains they are going through right now. So you have a good product and services, you have a good value proposition. All right. Yeah. So this is fantastic. This is where to start from, but you need to build a business around it. So this first is that how do you deliver this this value to the market segment? So what is your channels? Okay, what channels are you using? Are you the one that owns the channel, or you outsource the channel? Are they own channel? Are they outsource channel? When I mean channel, I'm talking about how do you market to them? What's the channel of communication, marketing communication? What is the channel of distribution? How do you distribute to them? How effective are they? The best channel at this channel? So that's very important. Okay. So the other part of delivering value, to your customer is the fact that you need to have a relationship with the customer. Very important. So how do you establish this relationship? How do you create it? How do you maintain it? How do you sustain it? How do you keep communicating and maintaining a relationship with your customer? Are you doing it effectively right now? Are there better ways you can do it? So this is, basically how you deliver value to the market. So let's go to the other aspect. It's how you create value how you create the value proposition that you need to deliver to the customer. So the first thing you need key resources. Every value proposition, whether you want to buy it, whether you want to create it yourself, you need what? You need the resources. So are those resources owned by you, or they are owned by external parties? Okay, what are those resources? Are you able to identify them? Then what are the key activities, that your business is engaging, to deliver or to create that value? What are the key activities? All right. Oftentimes, all the activities that are required to create the value may not necessarily be inside your business. Sometimes you may need to outsource it. All right. And that takes us to the next component of creating, the value in your business model. And that is, who are your key stakeholders? Who are your key partners? All right. Who are your key partners? What kind of relationship do you have with them? What kind of contract do you have with them? Is it the best contract? Is it the best relationship? Okay, so who are those people? All right, so it needs to be defined. Your relationship with them needs to be defined. Of course, all these activities of creating that value proposition, come with a cost, and that sits on a cost structure. All right, so you need to have a cost structure, for acquiring the resources, for the activities, all the activities that you undertake in the business. So you need a cost structure. So once you have that, the next and final thing you look at in your business model is that how do you capture value from the market? What are your revenue sources? Okay, how do people buy, and transfer money to you? How does money come to your account? What income streams do you have? That value proposition. There may be 101 ways, where you can, so what are the model? How do you get, your customers to exchange, their own value, which is their money, for your product? So is that an effective way? So you have an effective business model where the cost structure, of creating that value is lower than the revenue from the different revenue streams. All right. So not just on a occasion basis, you need to be able to consistently, all right. You need to consistently be able to, make sure that your revenue stream, all right, and the revenue that you capture from the market is far on a consistent basis greater than the cost structure of creating. Once you have that, you have a great business model. So it's the act of trying to make sure that all these components, definition of your market segment, understanding of your market segment, the channels that you use, whether they are owned by you or by third parties, for distribution, for marketing, the kind of relationship you create and maintain, with your customers, the value proposition, your key resources that you need to create that value. Okay, the key activities, whether they are being done by you or being done by third party, and okay, the key partners that you have that either help you with some of the activities or help you create the resources, all sit on the cost structure. And the last place is how you capture value from the market. The moment you're able to design this effectively, what happens? You find out that you have a game-changing, business idea and business model. I must tell you that value proposition does not, disrupt the market. What disrupts the market, is your business model. And I hope that you find this useful. If it is useful to you, please pause a while, hit the subscribe, share it within your network, and make sure that you hit the subscribe button so that subsequently, as we release, these value-adding videos, you'll be the first, to be able to see what we are bringing to the market. Thank you for your time. I hope you find this useful, and I'll see you next week.